Wrong About Musicals. I'm Esmé,
And I'm now.
and today we are doing a news roundup because it has been 2 weeks, 20 days since we recorded, and a lot has happened.
I graduated.
Now graduated. I went on holiday to Canada. Love the beautiful country of Canada. It was a fun time. Um, Big shout out. There's a great theatre scene out there. I'm so annoyed I couldn't go see Comet because apparently it was very good. I was reading the reviews and I was like, get me to Comet. But also I was like, the one night I would have gone to see it, I would have been in a bad mood, and I had such like a perfect experience last time we saw Comet. I was like, I don't want anything to
Yeah.
touch that experience because seeing it at the Don Mar in like that small of a space was just
Yeah.
earth-shattering to me. Um, but there's so much news and there's so much discourse, and I actually logged off of my phone for like 2 weeks. It was pretty great.
I've been working a lot, so I'm not on my phone a ton.
Yeah.
Um, which is also great for me. It basically meant every time I would like go on break or come home and I'd check my phone, I'd be like, what the fuck
What
has
the
happened now?
hell are we on about? Those entire discourses that I know happened because I've seen people talking about it, but I'm like, I don't know when that started. I don't know when that happened. Um, because I would like go to the beach all day and I didn't have any data, and so I was like, if I didn't wasn't listening to my music right now, I would just not bring my phone. Um, that meant I missed all the discourse. It was kind of nice being on the same time zone for some of these like announcements. So that's literally the first thing I'm going to talk about. Like I literally like saw it, texted Nell about it, and went, "I'm so glad I can't be on my phone today. Like I'm so glad I'm about to go somewhere with my phone will not work." And then everyone was a lot more sane about it than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
So congratulations, guys, you were sane. Um, so do you have anything else you want to say off the top, or should we just get into it?
Um, what else do I want to say off the top? Nah, I've got nothing.
Got nothing. Um, So, the first big piece of news that happened, we're not going in order here because I can't remember. Some of this stuff is 2 weeks old. Um, is it was announced that Andrew Barth Feldman will be going into Maybe Happy Ending, the six-time Tony Award-winning musical, as Oliver. Now, out of context, this seems like a good piece of news. But if you think about it for more than 2 seconds, you're like, oh God.
Yeah. I don't really know how to start with it.
No, I don't as well, because there's also a part of me where it's like I keep seeing people like make these long think pieces about it, and I'm like, it's not as nuanced as I think some people are trying to make it, but it also
I
kind
think
of is.
to get it out of the way, I think there is obviously a level of like disconnect when we're going to talk about it.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's not like I sat down and listened to Maybe Happy Ending, or if I'd gone to go see it, like watched it, I was like, finally representation for me. I have been
Yeah.
very well represented on the stage. You know, I've
We
never wanted
have
for
a
representation.
plethora
Except in one aspect, fuck you, the prom.
of,
Um,
there's a plethora of white women in a musical theatre.
yeah. And so I think there is that thing of like, we don't really get that lack of representation and how that hurts.
Yeah.
I can understand
Or
it
we
and know
don't
that it's a thing.
Yes, we don't have a lack of positive representation because there are issues with women characters in musical theatre, but there are a very large slate of well-written women in musical theatre,
Yeah.
who are predominantly played by white women, um, and that's not the same for Asian characters in musical historically.
Yeah. And I think also to get it out of the way, if it was not Oliver in Maybe Happy Ending,
Literally any other show, I'd be going,
Andrew Barthelme
yay!
would be great.
I'd be going, yay!
Like I think genuinely he will perform the role well,
Yeah, I'd be
but
going,
I
I
don't think
love
he
Andrew
should
Barth.
be performing the role.
I really don't. I just okay. I understand on a kind on a business level. why they did it, and I still don't fully understand on a business level because I'll make my case in a minute. Because Andrew Roth Feldman is a name, he's going to bring in ticket sales. Similarly, Darren Criss has a very online dedicated musical theatre fandom who will buy tickets for something that he's in. On the other hand, maybe Happy Ending is in the best financial place out of any new musical on Broadway this season. Just won the Tony. If there was ever a chance where they could take a risk on casting an unknown actor of Asian descent or even like promoting the understudy, it would be now.
Yeah. It feels like they've cast Andrew Feldman to try and capitalize off stuff. Like, it's a stunt cast, objectively. They're trying to capitalize off of a real life relationship
Yeah.
between Andrew Feldman and Helen J. Shen.
Maybe Happy Ending is like because like there's a lot of talk right now is like is the only way to survive on Broadway a stunt cast. Maybe Happy Ending doesn't need a stunt cast and they're still doing it. And that's what me off.
I also think I feel like I'm like when talking about this, I'm just gonna compare it to Hadestown all the time, but in my head that's like the clearest comparison.
I don't
Because
know. Like I think maybe Happy Ending kind of I mean, I love the score of Maybe Happy Ending. I There's a couple things that are going round in my head when I'm thinking about this. One is the blatant lack of Asian representation in musical theatre full stop. And how maybe Happy Ending was such like a vessel for representation for people who aren't represented on in a musical. Anyway, I'm not saying it right because I've had so much coffee and my brain's all blurred, but you know what I mean.
mm,
Um, and the other fact that I kept thinking about was how this year at the Tony Awards, I think Darren Criss is the first man of Asian descent to win Best Leading Actor in a Musical.
that sounds right.
And Nicole Scherzinger is like the second. And like the fifth
And
nominated. Huh?
sorry.
No, for leading actress.
Yeah.
And like Frances Chu won for best supporting actor in a play. Like I think about how that was such a historic year for Asian representation
Yeah.
and how great all the work they did and how they all moved the culture that needed to be moved for the show that gave Darren that win to then go and do this. It confounds me.
But in my head, like the comparison I want to make to Hadestown is the idea of like colorblind casting.
Yeah, yeah. I think there are shows that are like ripe for colorblind casting, and then there's shows where it's like maybe we should take it race.
My thought is with Hadestown, the point has always been that the fundamental story of Hadestown, what it is saying, the points it is making, the like real life connotations of it are so universal. Any person can play any role, and it will have different implications. I
Yeah.
think we talked about this in the Hadestown episode for probably a good 20 minutes because we
Yeah,
talk about it constantly.
it's fascinating.
But if you cast a black man to play Hades and a white woman to play Persephone, it will still work. It will make sense. But it will have a very different connotation than if you had a white man playing Hades and a black woman playing Persephone.
Yeah, yeah.
Same with Orpheus and Eurydice. We've seen it with a white man playing Orpheus and a person of color or a woman of color playing Eurydice, vice versa, all of that. And it has still worked, but it has had a different implication.
Because the fundamental message of Hadestown at the end is it's an old song. And it's just
Yeah.
going to keep being told. And so we're going to bring in all these different people with different backgrounds to tell this story. I mean, that's kind of also the Hamilton argument.
Yeah. But it's like the thing of anyone could play Orpheus and someone in the audience would be able to see themselves as this person who feels the weight of their world on the shoulder and yes has the power to change it, but should it be delegated to them and will it ruin them?
Yeah.
And will they give up everything they love? Is that fair? No, it's not. Do we have to do unfair things sometimes? Yes. But it's still not fair. You're fine to be upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is Orpheus as a character. And any person in the world could play that character and be represented.
Hey, people are like, let's gender swap it, and I say yes.
Yes! I'm saying that.
Many people are saying that. Most
There are
importantly,
two roles I really want to play. Both of them are men. One of them is Orpheus.
the other one is Cuban Revolutionary Che Guevara.
Cuban Revolutionary Che Guevara and Evita.
Don't
Specifically
ask.
Jamie Lloyd's.
Don't ask where that came from. You have to tune into our Evita episode.
I have a really important argument about what Jamie Lloyd Evita is saying, and I think that if I get to play Che Guevara,
Oh,
it'll make
actually,
sense still.
you bringing up Evita is such like a good benchmark for this debate because Evita is canonically set in Argentina, obviously.
Yeah,
Um, and they are the three main characters, Ava, um, Perón,
Iran, and
Che.
perhaps Cuban revolutionary Che Guevara.
He was Argentinian. Like he was Argentinian. Are all finally being portrayed by people with Latin heritage.
Like,
Finally.
historically, they have not been.
Historically, Che Guevara, Cuban revolutionary, has been played by Italians.
And in one recording, he's like really British.
Like so British. And so the fact that they're all pronouncing Argentina correctly, because I'm not right now, and I'm not even going to attempt to because that'd be bad on so many levels. But the fact that they're all pronouncing Argentina correctly, the fact that they are all of Latina or Latin heritage is massive, and it is an old ass musical set in Argentina. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I do know that Ava has been played by an actual Argentinian woman before. Like, I am aware, but like on the whole, they're all. It's finally correct. If that makes
We're in the right ballpark at last, but
yeah.
But I think like I've read the statement by the Maybe Happy Ending
Team
creators, and they make this point about like the point of Oliver and Claire is that they are universal models for a universal like company, or not, they're global models for a global company.
Yeah.
And I think there is definitely a point, if you are talking about Korean culture and specifically like South Korean culture, there is definitely a point to be made. I wrote a whole essay about this for like a module in uni about international relations. But it's a very interesting thing that South Korea, a lot of their international power is soft power. And I read a very interesting essay that was basically arguing that what they export is not necessarily physical goods, but they're exporting their culture.
Yeah.
So K-pop, skincare,
K-dramas.
technology, K-dramas, all of this stuff is very intrinsic to how Korea as a country functions, but they are exporting it. So like there's a point in it that BTS was made like UN ambassadors.
Yeah. BTS like makes so much money for the Korean government.
Yeah, like there is a point that Korean culture is being shifted to a more global tone to appeal to more people internationally, rather than Korean culture appealing to Koreans.
Yeah.
And I think there is a point there to be made by them saying, so they created this white model for their robots because, like, maybe people in America would feel uncomfortable with having a Korean robot in their home.
But he canonically lives in Seoul.
However, the difference between that and how Hadestown works with colorblind casting is that the story of Hadestown stays the same. The like implications, the like subplot changes based on how these characters physically look because of real world connotations.
Like
you cannot have to like change what you are saying in your story.
Yeah.
And make all of these really deep and like meaningful points about like one aspect of your story in order to justify a casting decision. Like you as a producer should not be having to dig that deep in order to justify casting someone.
Like often when also it's not exciting casting to me, like on so many levels. But like often when I'm thinking about the colorblind casting debate and the idea of it, I'm thinking, is a production, can one, the show textually support it? And two, is a production able to support it? Maybe Happy Ending textually is just not able to support White Oliver.
I think it's the thing of this point that they're making about like a global company, a global product. Yes, does make sense, but that's not a thing in the text.
No.
That is something where it feels like, you know, when you're in like an amateur production of something.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, you know, why is everyone in our Hairspray cast white? Like, how does the segregation work? So like, well, maybe in this version of Baltimore, it's like, you know, these people don't support segregation, so that's why they're now being segregated. I was like, okay,
like
that makes sense. You know what? That is a point to be made. That's not what the text says. That is
no,
not
it's like how when we did what do you call it? Fame, Mabel was short instead of fat.
Yeah, it's like, yes, you have a point that you are making, but it's not the point of the text. You are just rewriting it.
Yeah, like I just but the text doesn't support it. One, it is a story contained to South Korea. There are never any outside influences. Also, and this has been brought up many, many times. What the fuck are they going to do about that joke about? And that guy looks like James, and that guy looks like James, and that guy looks like James. Very different connotation when a white guy is doing it.
Yeah.
And not the one that I think aligns with like the company, the crew, the creative team's beliefs. But because they've not really thought this through.
It's like, I think that line, when it's usually performed, gets a laugh.
Mm.
Because the joke of that line is that actually every human character is played by the same actor who plays James.
Also, Oliver is a very naive and sheltered robot.
Yeah. But I think the joke works in the context. And obviously, also, to make it clear, I know that the joke being made is about this. I don't know what the right word for it is. Like racist idea, basically, that all Asians look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is fundamentally, yes, the basis of the joke.
Yeah.
But it's like taking that and making it an actual joke.
Yeah.
Um, I just it's not gonna land in the right way.
If I
Like I think
saw
you saying the text can't support it. I think the text technically can support it. There is nothing in the text that requires Oliver to be Korean or like Asian at all.
yeah, I just don't think they
But
thought
it
an
can't support
implication.
it well enough for the text to still fully make sense.
Yeah, no, I meant to say it can't support the implications of what it's saying. Because often when you change, when you do, I think color conscious casting is probably what I'm more of a fan of because when you change a cast, you change an implication, and sometimes that can highlight themes of a story that weren't as obvious as before. I'm thinking of like Weird Oklahoma, for example.
Yeah.
Um, Whereas with maybe Happy Ending, it's like, oh, are you guys being racist now?
It just feels like what was meant to very obviously be a simple stunt cast to capitalize off the fans that Andrew Barth Feldman have and the real life relationship that Andrew Barth Feldman and Helen J. Shen have has just turned into this massive shit show that could have so easily been avoided if the maybe happy ending producers realized, hey, show's doing really well. We kind of don't need to stunt cast this, do we?
Also, like, who are you going? He's only in it for 9 weeks, guys. You gotta start playing the long game here.
Very in fairness, I think it's gone so badly this time that I can't see them ever casting it like that again.
Yeah, that's what I'm pondering. Could they also I saw a really interesting point of going back to your soft power and Korean exports. Maybe Happy Ending has had runs in Korea before. Many, 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 many. Could they not get a former K-pop star to come over and do maybe Happy Ending?
My God. Sorry, I had a really bad idea and they
Could
can't
you
do it.
imagine the scenes that that would cause?
Yeah. I think that could really work. There are a lot of um K-pop stars who really want to and do go into acting.
Yeah. A lot of
When
K-pop
Helen
stars
J.
have done
Shen
it
leaves,
in
guys,
Korea.
yeah. There's also South Korea has a massive theatre scene.
Yeah, it's
There are a
huge.
lot of actors who would gladly come over and do it.
Yeah.
It's just also in recent years,
Mm.
the West End has had a lot of like because we've done our little run of Frank Wildhorn anime musicals.
Yeah, it's still ongoing. I think there's like a concert for something happening.
Yeah, probably.
Nell's clocked out of it.
Yeah, I really just don't care.
She does love
Um,
anime and musicals,
I
but just not together.
don't say it like that.
Sorry.
Um,
She's a big fan of Miku Binder.
yeah, I am.
There's a rumor going around that they are pro cop now, and I'm like, guys, no, they're not.
No. I when I was at work yesterday, someone asked to see my earbuds. We were talking about music tastes, and I was like, "Yeah, let me show you." I didn't really think it. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be really sad. It's just gonna be like Jeff Buckley and Ethel Cain." Um, Forgetting that the night before, I decided to listen to the entire Hamilton recording twice. So that was on there,
Yeah.
which was really fun. Um, but yeah, like I think even if you want to go with an established name,
Hmm.
there are a lot. Like we have a ton of established Asian actors who have been on the West End recently.
Yeah.
There are a ton over in South Korea. There are definitely a ton
In America.
in America. Producers make that point in their statement. They're like, we've recently seen Asian actors play Orpheus, um, Evan Hansen,
Dear.
Dear. It's quite funny because then they go, Abraham Lincoln,
Abraham Lincoln. Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah.
But you're making the point that you have had a ton of Asian actors perform leading roles very, very well.
Hmm.
And yet, rather than continue that trend and continue to lift up these kind of actors in these kinds of roles,
Mm.
you're like, so of course, we had to cast a white man.
We had to be
Like,
so
what else could we
diverse.
do?
We found the most diverse man going, a white man. It's like, no.
I
I mean, I do wonder where does maybe Happy Ending go from here because I still really love that score and I think it's one of the most interesting new musicals to come out in the past, probably post-COVID times.
My thing is I do genuinely like really, really think that this casting was purely an oversight.
Yeah, it was purely monetary as well.
Yeah, like it was just kind of doing what a lot of producers do, which was forgetting about people and just
Yeah,
thinking about the money. I've been like, well, Darren Criss, big name. Oh, what else? What other big name can we put in here?
Andrew Barthelman.
Andrew Feldman?
And let me just also say, if it was Andrew Barthelman and Helen Jo Shen in literally any other show, like if they want to go do a run at Little Shop, I'll be going, yes, guys, good for you. Any
I
other
mean, I'll
show,
say it, Andrew Feldman and Helen Jo Shen as Orpheus and Eurydice.
pay money,
Yes.
pay money,
Yes.
pay money.
Absolutely.
Oh yes, come over here and do it.
Well, yes.
Hadestown on Broadway is currently committing crimes against me.
That's the point. Esmé has a point written down. She says new Hadestown cast. Top five most offensive things Hadestown has done to me.
I'm not explaining what the top three are.
I know what they are.
No one knows what they are, but this I will give away one, and it is leaving off Grace Young's flowers.
So I love the Live from London cast recording with all of my heart.
It's one of the best things to ever exist.
It continues to do Anais Mitchell thing of here's every single Orpheus song explained in depth. And then here's Eurydice song. I wrote it while taking a shit. It's also not on the album.
Not on the album, and I'm like, I would kill for like also because like I don't know what to be like. I've known what to be like, but like Grace Young really matured into the role of Eurydice in such a fun way that I really want to have like her like later flowers recorded.
Yeah.
Um, but I have to thank them for including all of Donald Finn's Orpheus because I needed that.
Like, listen, let's get out of the way. I'm very happy for all of Donald Finn's Orpheus. However, there is a second character.
In the love story. Anyway, besides the point.
Moving on.
I don't know what to say. It's I'm very intrigued to see how this is all going to shake out because that statement's
I
gone
think
down like a huh?
my point with it is I do really, really think they can come back from this.
Yeah, I do.
Like, I think it'll be so easy to just be like, yeah, our bad. We fucked up. We didn't really
Mm,
think about it.
yeah,
Here's an Asian actor.
yeah. And everyone will be like, okay,
And,
thank you for listening
you
to
know,
us.
that will kind of be fine.
Yeah, because I feel like at the moment people just want their concerns to be heard, and a lot of Asian, like well-established Asian actors, like Tony winner BD Wong, is like BD Wong's yeah, BD Wong's an actor. I believe they won for Flower Drum Song. Let me triple check that. we'll be like, that's kind of what we wanted. Just like for you to listen to us and be like, yeah, that was kind of a shitty move on us. But our
Just
part.
kind of go, yeah, sorry, we fucked up.
Yeah, BD Wong is an actor. I was getting them confused for a second with someone else. Um, yeah. Right, I think okay, let's move on to Gypsy. It's set to close late August, I believe. Now, this is one where I know that there was discourse because I saw discourse about the discourse, but I was busy, so I didn't see the initial wave of discourse. And things. Gypsy never traditionally outlives its Mama Rose. It has always been a star vehicle to an extent. Um,
Mm.
and Gypsy didn't do great at the Tonys, and word of mouth was divided on it. And like, don't get me wrong, I love Audra McDonald. I'd like one thing to be known and one thing to be clear. I love Audra McDonald. However, like, also like, what always confounds me with closing announcements on Broadway specifically is that they're very rarely a massive surprise. Because the grosses, let me say this again, because I feel like I say this all the time. The grosses are publicly available week on week. You can follow the grosses and you can see how shows are doing. I do it because I'm nosy, right? And I like to know what might close. I wish they did it in the UK. In the UK, you can kind of have surprise closures, like when we were very surprised that Benjamin Button was closing. You know?
Yeah.
Gypsy was always reliant on Audra McDonald performing 8 shows a week. And I don't think it's physically possible for a woman to perform Mama Rose 8 times a week for a year. And when Audra McDonald was a human, because believe it or not, guys, she is human. I know a lot of us believe she is superhuman because of how talented she is, but she wasn't able to do that. And so when she would call out, people would ask for refunds because that's their right because she's above the title, so on and so forth. So there are a lot of factors as to why Gypsy isn't staying open any longer, and it was always also going to be a run that lasted about a year. And I'm sure racism did play a role in why Gypsy is closing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these things, it was definitely a variable. But to blame it all on that would be wrong.
I think like an oversimplification.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot of other factors that have gone into this. I'm not saying it's not a factor because it probably is. But yeah, that's my bit on Gypsy.
I think it is obviously like very sad because it's a
Yeah,
great show,
yeah.
but it's not. I feel like it's the same thing with like Sunset Boulevard. I think the difference being just Sunset Boulevard was always billed as a limited run.
Yeah.
But I think if Gypsy had billed itself as a limited run,
Mm,
which it very well could have done,
yeah.
I think it would be fine. Like it would have played out the exact same, nothing would have changed. It's just
Mm,
this closing announcement wouldn't be a shock.
hmm.
Because I also do think that like I get what you're saying about it was very reliant on Audra McDonald.
Yeah.
In fairness, Gypsy was doing really well,
Yeah.
partly because Audra McDonald was performing.
Hmm.
And I think that's what's confusing people.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I do sometimes wish people would pay more attention to the grosses. I don't know. I guess with the UK, when it's a bit more like a surprise when a show announces closing,
Yeah.
it's not as much of a one on Broadway. I mean, there's still surprise closers. Like I remember when Beetlejuice announced closing, that was mayhem. But I don't know. I just wish we didn't feign shock and outrage over it all the time when it's like you. Also, sometimes when the grosses do come out, I wonder what the if anyone could ever do like research into whether or not it affects people's like ticket buying, if that makes sense. Like what
Yeah.
actually works in making people go buy a ticket?
I think that would be a very hard thing to measure though.
I mean, it would, but like I'm so intrigued to see what actually works because there's so much
To
talk
be
in the
fair, I guess you could do it. You could give,
survey.
not even that. You could give one group. Oh, we're so dissertation pilled right now.
You can tell
Um,
I've not done education in like 3 months because I'm like, what if I did a survey?
but you could give like one group a list of like just descriptions of shows.
Yeah,
Like, here's a synopsis of what the show is,
yeah.
and see what they pick. And then give another group just the grosses.
Mm,
Like, here's what this show made last week. And then I don't know, maybe swap.
mm,
Maybe give another group both of them, and then give like a fourth group just like the name of the show.
mm.
Because I guess with the name thing is you'd obviously see like name recognition. Like if you put Hamilton on there, people are like, well, I know Hamilton's good, so I'll go see Hamilton.
Yeah,
With like the grosses, if it's like this show sounds good and also did very well last week, so I assume the show is good. I was
yeah,
like, this
yeah,
show sounds weird, but it did very well last week, so people seem to like it, so I'll go see it.
yeah,
Like in my head, I just don't think it would work because I'm like, I don't care if a show made $1 million last week. What
mm,
the fuck is it about?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
But then again, in fairness, the whole reason we went to go see Great British Bake Off the musical, one of the best musicals ever, was
is
because it was
because
doing really bad, and
it's
everyone was saying how bad it was. So we were like,
the
we have to go
worst.
see this.
No, what was it?
That
What
was
was
Brokeback Mountain.
that was Brokeback Mountain was the most boring show on the West End.
The most boring show on the West End right now.
Boring show on the West End right now. But I don't know where we go
Yeah,
from here. What have we
no,
got? Oh, another closure. MJ to close. Now, last year on the West End, I feel like we didn't have as much movement in theatres.
yeah.
Like this time last year, I think I was sat around going, what theatres are going to be open? And there weren't really that many. And this year there are some, and I'm also thinking, yeah, guys, can we please get some more musicals in, like new musicals in? Because at the moment, the best musical race is looking pretty dire.
Now, you know that room?
Yes.
That's new musical.
Mhm. I don't know if it'll be open in time.
No, but when it does, it'll be new.
When it does, that will be 2027.
That's so long.
I know.
Guys, basically there's a rumor that Beetlejuice is coming to the West End.
And it would go into. Do you want to hear the full rumor? Again, this is rumor, 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 rumor. I heard it on a Mickey Joe theatre video, okay?
Mickey Joe Theatre, commenter of our
Comment
TikToks apparently.
it! And he was in the replies fighting with someone about Jamie Lloyd's design style and being like, actually, that's Sutra Gilmore. That's the designer, guys. And I was like, so
It was someone who's like, Jamie Lloyd has no costume or set designer. That must be news to the costume and set designer.
yeah.
This person responds and goes, I thought it was just Jamie Lloyd doing it all.
I mean, if one more like kind of famous person told me I was wrong about Avita, I think I would actually kill myself. So I was like, thank God he wasn't.
Who told you you were wrong about Avita?
Liam Williams.
Oh yeah.
No beef Leighton. Love your work as the iceberg. I'm not.
Love Liam Williams. Why are you beefing with it? Wasn't even that. He literally just said this could be
This could
like,
be promo.
yeah, this could just be promo.
I was
Wrong.
right. I was right. No, I was so tired that day, and I'd been up for like 30 hours. And I don't know why, but like there was just like a comment that I could see had come through, but I couldn't work out where. And it was pissing me off, and so I was just kind of going through everything. And then I saw that I got a comment a week ago, and there were replies under it, and I was like, okay, what's this? Open it up, read through the replies, go, yeah, that guy makes sense. Go have a conversation with Martha about Mickey Joe Theatre. So I bring up his channel, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, hang on.
Wait a damn minute.
So I have to go back to the video, and I'm like, oh, it's Mickey Joe Theatre. Close my phone down. go eat some toast. And then I'm like, oh, wait, what the fuck? And I sent it to Noah, and she's like, I've been awake for so long. Is that Mickey Joe Theatre beefing with someone in the comments? So, saw the Mickey Joe Theatre video talking about MJ's closure. And yes, we could have a whole discussion about why MJ closed. And I don't really care about the Michael Jackson musical, if I'm going to be real. Not a massive fan of jukeboxes. And also, I don't know about the ethicality of doing an MJ musical. Personally. And I think that's the debate a lot of people have had within themselves. So, the rumor is MJ's going to close. Prince Edward, massive theatre, right? One of the biggest on the West End. I think it's in like top 10 or something. Has always housed massive productions. I think like the only play to play there in recent years is Dear England, and that was massive and about our demented relationship with the men's football. And like the Miss Saigon revival played there, Aladdin played there, like, you know, big shows. So the rumor is Beetlejuice is going to play there for a limited run, about a year or so.
Would be overjoyed.
And Nell will be there every day.
My thing is, I think I said this right before we started recording. I was like, we would go and see it like within the week it opened. I'd walk out and I'd be like, yeah, that was okay, like 3 stars, mid, it was fine. And then I would go back 10 times.
Yeah.
Like it is, I love Beetlejuice the musical so much.
It's really fun to watch.
I know you've seen it, okay, we get it. Sometimes I listen to it and I'm just like, God, this is incredible. Is it the best musical ever? Absolutely not, but I fucking love it so much.
Especially if Alex Brightman returns. Oh my God, guys, we are in for a treat.
Don't even tempt me.
Don't me. Or Andy Cole could do it. That'd be the best day of Nell's life.
Don't start rumors like that.
Well, he's doing it in Singapore or somewhere like that.
You can't say things like that to me because I will like go insane if it doesn't happen now.
You will go to Singapore.
Yeah.
You don't even like flying, but you would sit on a 16-hour flight to
I
Singapore.
don't mind flying.
Okay.
I'm just not. I have better things to do, you know?
That is so fair enough. That's so fair.
I'm trying to think who in like the British theatre scene could play Beetlejuice.
I don't know. Because it has really just been Alex Brightman's role.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing it in Australia.
Who could?
The only name that comes to my mind I think is wrong is like Rob Madge.
I love Rob Madge.
But I don't think they could do it.
I don't think like they could do the voice.
I mean, they are.
Because randomly the other day I got like a clip of Alex Brightman in the School of Rock musical, and I was like, my God, he is just kind of still doing the Beetlejuice voice.
Mm.
Like it's just kind of his voice.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to think if there's anyone who like really does voices on the West End. I'm trying to think like in comedy musicals. The guy who played the presenter in Bake Off
Oh, I know exactly who you mean.
might be able to pull it off.
Scott Page.
Yes. I don't know if he does voices, but he was really funny.
I could see that. I could see that working.
Yeah.
We don't have Kooky.
We did. It was the Great British Bake Off musical, and everyone decided they hated
We
it.
supported it.
The Great British Bake Off musical is like actually incredible.
It's not great. It needs workshopping, but I had a
Act
great
2
time.
could use a little work, but as a whole, it was incredible.
Here's the thing. Is it the best thing I've ever seen? No. Was it good? No. Did I have a great time? Yes.
I had the time of my life at the Bake Off musical.
And I went into wanting to be a cynical bitch, and I walked out and I was like, I cannot be cynical about this piece of art.
I actually really fuck with it.
I should really fuck with it. No. And then the rumor is that Death Becomes Her is going to take over the theatre.
Death Becomes Her I cannot wait to see. It will. I'm convinced it is coming here. Like, why wouldn't it?
I mean, it would do so well here.
I've seen like five different people do different like stunt casts, and all of them I would eat up.
I just want to go. I just want some good musical comedy, man.
Anytime I see a stunt cast and like and Hannah Waddingham, I'm like, yes.
I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm like, I just want to see like Titanic's really like amazing, and I love Titanic, and I'm so glad it's on the West End. But like, I just want some old school musical comedy in my life, please. And if Megan Hilty and Jennifer Samard want to transfer with it, I will be the happiest girl alive. I love Megan Hilty so much. Anywho, The Hunger Games on stage casting announced for Katniss, Peeta, and Haymitch.
I would say pieces like that because I know the joke you're making.
Um, Very exciting. Can you guys please release some tickets that aren't £100? I'll go to Canary Wharf, which is saying a lot because I don't like Canary Wharf. It scares me. Oh Jesus fucking Christ. I've just seen the next two pieces of news. Okay, so Orville Pack and Eva Nobizada left Cabaret, and replacing them was Billy Porter and Marisha Wallace. I'd like it to be known, I love Marisha Wallace. Big fan of her work. So, where do I want to start with the Billy Porter of it all?
I saw this TikTok of someone being like Billy Porter on the closing night of Cabaret, probably singing what is the song called?
I don't care much.
Yeah. And singing it stupidly. Then someone screaming that and scrolling down on TikTok and
That's
getting
how
Billy
he
Porter
sings it.
singing it.
That's how he sings it.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole thing of I don't care much is how creepy it's supposed to be.
Because it's the MC deciding he does not need a personality.
He just needs
He'll do
Nazism.
whatever it takes to survive.
Yeah, he just needs Nazism to survive at the moment.
Yeah.
And like the like you can do all your riffing and all your crazy stuff during Two Ladies.
The MC has a lot of songs where you can do all of that.
Yeah. Second act MC has gotta be just from the depths of hell and not in a fun way. But the statement that Billy Porter came out with, not statement, reply. What question was he asked that prompted this response? Let me see if I can find this clip. Oh god, it's actually just as bad as I remembered it being. So I think it's more of a question about how cabaret is important for our times, which is a statement I fully agree with.
Mm.
I think cabaret is a terrifying story for our time, and I'm kind of annoyed it's closing on Broadway because of it. Like the people
Yeah.
need to see cabaret and actually think about what cabaret is, you know? And Billy Porter then says that the black people have replaced the Jews. And that statement is wrong on so many levels. What do you mean? First off, black people can be Jewish. Second off, you're in
Again, it just feels like
a skit.
yeah, like I get what he's making. But it does just feel again like an oversimplification.
Also,
And it seems almost like argumentative. Like he says it knowing it's going to cause a debate.
Yes. Yes. It's also like there's a very simple fact of oppression Olympics or saying like, oh, or like comparing oppression and there is commonality to be found and that's where you get into intersectionality. But like doing it in that simple and blatant way is not the way to go about it, in my opinion.
Mm.
Um, and it's also like, how can you go perform cabaret every night and then be like, I believe this? Yes. And I did see Marisha Wallace put out some quite thoughtful videos about what it means within the context of cabaret for the MC and Sally to be played by black people specifically in that time period. And I was like, that's interesting. There's been thought put into that. You know? Yeah, I don't know. It is confounding to me what is going on with Billy Porter, but I don't know if I have anything else to say on that.
Yeah, I just think it's all a bit stupid.
It is, it is, it is. Okay, now here's something I'm deeply fascinated by, because what the fuck is going on? Burlesque had its reviews, and let me just say, what? I think I literally texted now and was like, are you all being paid by Big Todrick? Like, is Todrick cool? First off, hi Todrick cool. Hi. Probably listening to it. I've said his name more than once. Um, are you paying reviewers? Kind of think you are, mate. Um, because it got a couple of five-star reviews. And, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and there is a real, debate around buzz before a show officially opens and whether or not that can impact your review of it. But there was like I think I have seen every star of a review for this production.
Mm.
And also, I'm sorry, you cannot convince me that the Todrick Hall written, directed, choreographed, starring burlesque musical is good. And all of the reviews were basically like, it's not good, but it's entertaining. I'm like, okay, that, why have you given it 5 stars? That's a 3-star review. And then Todrick Hall started fighting people who gave it bad reviews. And let me just say, Todrick, go home. Turn your phone off. Go touch some grass. Todrick Hall is actually one of my enemies. I've decided that this week. He just irritates me. And he's always doing something I don't approve of. He's always doing something that makes me shake my head and go, why? 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 It is also being investigated by Equity at the moment. Yeah. Um, Next, the Bat Boy cast. Oh, do you have anything to say on Burlesque?
No,
My last point on
quite
Burlesque.
frankly, no.
My last point on Burlesque is: can someone please explain to me, using words that are in the Bible, who Todrick Hall is?
Donkey and Shrek.
That is. That is who is Todrick Hall. Because whenever I look into him, he's doing something I don't approve of. Can't keep doing this, guys.
You can't keep getting away with it.
You guys have got to stop Todrick Hall.
Project Cool peaked when he was choreographing for Abby Lee
Abby Lee Miller.
promo for the Abby Lee Dance Company in
LA.
Ever the fuck that was. And it was right at the start of his weird obsession with the Wizard of Oz, because that music video was Wizard of Oz themed, and then he released a whole like Wizard of Oz album.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they still didn't cast him in the Wicked movie.
Actually, Todrick Hall really does anger me, but like this is also really funny. And he still like goes to bat for Abby Lee Miller. It's like in the year 2025, why are you going to bat for Abby Lee Miller?
She's like, she's fine without you, bro.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Google describes Tasha Cole as American singer and rapper.
Okay.
I wanna check if his Wikipedia still has that. Um, where's his legal issues? He's had legal issues. I know this.
Someone
Legal.
who doesn't care, you're very well versed in
It's
Project
one of
Cool's
those
life.
things where he's just in my corners of the internet. Oh, he had a sexual harassment case with an ex-assistant. He also didn't pay his rent for a bit.
I can't fault him for that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, George Cole, I can't fault.
Unfortunately, I can never fault a man for not paying his rent.
Um. Oh, it was like a really lavish home that he didn't have to be living in. But at the end of the day, George Cole, if you want to screw over a landlord, screw over a landlord. The rest of it, I cannot approve of. Um. Yeah, can someone please wipe my brain? I'd really appreciate it. Um. Oh, Carrie Butler to return to Bat Boy. She's playing the mother now. The Bat Boy casting has come out, and I don't believe what's the name of the young girl? Shelley.
Shelley,
They've not cast
someone
Shelley,
said
but
Rachel Zegler.
someone said Rachel Zegler, and I say, well, yes, but I don't think so. I think she's got to go do a movie before she can go do Evita on Broadway. Gully's got a tight ship to run if we're gonna get her to Broadway again.
I will just say there was a moment when I was like looking at this and I saw Alex Newell as the God Pan, and I was like, fuck, this is just that boy the musical, isn't it?
I like the fact that Melissa Jana Whittaker's in it. I was like, yes, girl.
Yeah.
This is your home. I was like, Carrie Butler, your home, girl. So happy for you. I love you, Carrie Butler. Um, yeah. Time to talk about Hadestown latest offense on me personally. So, fun fact about this news, guys, is last time we recorded it, like someone was speculating that this was going to happen. No, that someone said that Jack Wolf had followed Hadestown on Instagram. And Nell was like, do you want to put that down as news? And I went, no, because I don't want to talk about it because he followed the Broadway account and not the West End account, so I have a feeling he might do it on Broadway. And that would be offensive to me. And then I get off an 8-hour flight where a kid is kicking me in my chair the entire time. I shit you not, they kicked so hard they flung my sister out of a nap. And I have a text from
I
Nell.
didn't even realize, sorry.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I didn't even realize it was Christopher Seaver. Ernest Manville.
Yeah,
I did not. I've just cast like 10 times. I did not realize it was him. I was like, it's really
Christopher.
familiar.
No, it's Christopher.
Yeah, on first name basis.
Also from Shrek.
Yes.
Um, and I have a text from Nell saying Jack Wolf Orpheus on Broadway, and I'm like, this is the worst thing to happen to me all day.
I sent that to my younger sister too.
Yeah, I'm sure we both had very measured reactions to it.
Well, I sent it to her, including the rest of the cast.
Well, yes, because also Rebecca Naomi Jones is in it, and Rebecca Naomi Jones was in Weird Oklahoma.
That wasn't the bit I was sending her, but yes.
Wasn't to me. And Stereophonic.
It was purely because I was like, Jack Wolf is going to be Orpheus on Broadway. And playing Eurydice is someone from Descendants, Morgan Dudley.
I need to get Toby on this. I've not watched Descendants since probably the first one, so I could not tell you.
Really? Dude, my house, we used to watch entire Descendants like trilogy downstairs in my friend's room.
I'm still not aware that they were coming out with more.
I
Hang
think
on,
it's
hold on one
still
second.
going now.
Yeah, I'm still shocked every time there's a new one. I'm like, they're still making those?
She was, I need to check that I'm like right in this. She played, who does she play in Descendants? I need to make sure I'm right in this. She played a young Cinderella in Descendants: The Rise of Red on Disney Plus. Now, what you are probably going to know her from is that she was in the prom film.
As whom?
Um, that I need to check. I blocked the pre-film out of my head.
Same. All I'm thinking about James Corden now, unfortunately.
Oh my God, she was born in 2001.
That doesn't feel too bad for me. If you would have said 2004, I would have been like throwing hands. What? What have you found? What have you found?
Okay, she was in the musical film The Prom,
Yeah.
directed by Ryan Murphy.
Mhm.
She appeared on Broadway in the musical Jagged Little Pill,
Oh yeah.
where
I
she
saw
played
someone talk
Frankie
about this.
Healy. Yeah, I think she was a dancer in The
Mm-mm.
Prom.
I'm very excited for Broadway to get to experience an Orpheus with a UK regional accent.
Jack Wolf, my king.
That
My sister's friend met Jack Wolf last night in the streets of Berlin. Not to dox him, but
By the
Jack
time
Wolf
he's
was in the
out,
streets of Berlin the
by
night
the time
before
this
us
is
all.
out, he'll probably not be there anymore. I don't know. I don't really keep up with Jack Wolf like that. I don't know his
I don't know what he's up
whereabouts.
to, but
I don't know what he's up to. I just support him from afar and go, that's a very talented young man who's 29.
he doesn't look a day over about 16, if we're being
Yeah, if
honest.
we're being honest, he looks about to be about 16. He when he was playing game, I was like, that is an eternal 17-year-old. Correct, Diana. Um, but all I'm gonna say is if I don't have bootlegs on my desk the second that performance finishes, I will be throwing hands. And I will be acting more superior than all of you because I did see him at the Doma. This is my one
Uh,
bragging rights thing. Let me have this win because this is already horrific enough that this is happening when I
yeah,
cannot go.
but it'll be really good. Jack Wolf's an incredible actor,
Oh, isn't it incredible actor? And so are the rest of the cast, from what I've been
and
able
so
to
are the rest of them.
ascertain. And it is their first full cast changeover, I think, ever. So that's exciting.
They made a point of it. Hold on, let me check the screenshot I sent because it says something like marking the first time the full principal cast has changed since.
2019. Because they've just been doing a lot of swapping in and out and like a couple of roles
Yeah,
change.
yeah, the full principal cast has been changed at the same time since 2019.
Mm.
Crazy.
It is, but long live Hadestown, you know? As I always say. May it run forever. Sunset Boulevard closed, and everyone was bootlegging it. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I'm sure they don't really care.
I think people got kicked out, actually.
Really? Who
Mm.
cares?
Yeah, I thought the rule was the old school rule used to be they didn't care about it as much on YouTube if it closed on Broadway. Um, and I'm more upset about this piece of news, and it's not really news, it's just something I want to draw our attention to.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Oh, guys, Tom Francis updates is gone. I think they deactivated their account.
I'm kind of distraught over it.
And I kid you not, at least once a day I check to see whether they've reactivated it.
I go through the accounts of people they were often interacting with.
Same.
See if I can find them.
Because I have this deep feeling that they are going to show up again.
Well, they must have had like another account.
I think they have a private. Because they sometimes repost tweets on there being like, I called this. I'm like, no, Tom Francis updates your mind. Like, is Tom Francis updates really going to resist all of the discourse of the next season? Like, if Evita comes to Broadway, do you think they'll come back?
Yeah.
I hope that they're just on a summer holiday. I know I'm being delusional about this and I shouldn't care as much, but bring Tom Francis updates back! And if you're listening, Tom Francis updates, would you like to come on and have an interview?
Please.
Now, this next point is kind of massive for me. Um, the John Proctor as the villain is going to become a movie produced by Tina Fey and Mark Platt, but we're going to ignore Mark Platt and focus on the fact that Tina Fey's there. It also extends, and I don't know, I talk about how much I love John Proctor as the villain all the time because it really just it warms my heart. The success of it warms my heart. This isn't musical news or theatre news or anything to do with that, but it's very important news to the nation of England. And it's good news for once. Guys, the Lionesses bring it home again. They
My
won the Euros.
queens.
I love the Lionesses. I get very patriotic about the Lionesses. I don't care about football. And guys, keep the Hamilton edits coming.
Esmé sent me a great text about a Hamilton edit I sent her.
It was to a lioness. I was like, this is
We
so
actually
great.
can't like say what it was
We
on
can't say what it
here.
was.
It does dox us.
We would dox ourselves if we said it, but like, all I'm going to say is I agree with the calls for the statue of Chloe Kelly outside of Wembley. Please, God, please. Um, yeah, all I'm gonna say is coming home and let's get the coach a talk show with Burna Boy. with Burna Boy. Have you seen the clips of her?
Oh, it was great.
She was so happy. Like that woman has never seemed happier than when she was dancing
I've
with
seen
Burna
like
Boy.
so many clips. I saw someone making fun of it, of being like, when you ask her about what's her name? Is her name Serena? It's
Serena.
spelled weird.
Yeah, she's from the Netherlands.
Classic. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, whenever you ask her about like the actual match, she's so disinterested. She's like, "Yeah, we played okay. It's all good." She was overjoyed when they brought out Burna Boy.
Oh, the woman was smiling and moving in ways I have not seen her smile or move ever.
She's now won 2 Euros back to back, and I've never seen her happier
Three!
than when they
She
brought
won it
out
for the
Burna Boy.
Netherlands at
Oh
the
yeah.
previous Euros. She's won 3 Euros back to back, two that I've actually cared enough to witness. But anyway, guys, keep the Hamilton edits coming. They are important to mine and Nell's culture in more ways than you guys could ever imagine. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Now, Nell texted me about this because she was like, you might want to go to this. But unfortunately, I can't because I don't have £70. Lambert Jackson, my beef with them continues. They're doing songs for A New World with Titus Burgess, Joy Woods, Shoshana Bean, and some other people that I can't remember off the top of my head. Stacked cast.
We can't go.
We can't go because it's too bloody expensive, even though I would love to go. And nothing would make me happier. It's at the Hammersmith Apollo. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe it'll be kind of cheap because it's like the Hammersmith Apollo is kind of big, you know? And how many people are that interested? Oh wait, no, it's gone down to £34.
Let's go.
I fear we might. Oh, Jordan Fisher's also there.
That was the one we were forgetting.
You guys know how massive for me this would be? Um, yeah, we can literally sit in the back row of the theatre for £34. And at
Why not?
least, you know what, we'll be in the room. Um, Jamie, also, I think this is another Lambert Jackson production. It seems like something they would do, you know?
Hmm.
Jamie Moscato is doing a solo show at Drury Lane next year. Good
I
for him.
feel like that's them, but it might not be.
You know, when you just see something and like that's a viable Lambert Jackson.
It's giving Lambert Jackson.
I don't fully understand it, but yeah, that checks out Lambert Jackson. Well done. No, it's not Lambert Jackson. I was wrong.
Oh,
But it did give Lambert Jackson.
who's doing it?
I don't even know. So I was just checking it out. Ah! I think no one's like no one. Yeah, I don't think it's like got a big producer attached to it like that. There
Is it
wasn't
just
much.
like through Lloyd Webber Theatres
Yeah, it's
kind of
through
thing?
Andy, our good pal. Um, Speaking of Andy, he's launched a new ticket business because he needed to be more of a capitalist.
Yeah, why not?
You know, he was getting too socialist, spending too much time with Jamie Lloyd. He went, "Let me be a capitalist again. Let me go back to my roots." Um, this piece of news, these next two pieces of news, you could argue, are some of the biggest for me personally out of the whole week. And I'm, of course, talking about Abby Lee Miller at Evita.
Yes, massive news.
Massive news. I do need her thoughts, feelings, and opinions. Are they going to be saying no? Are they? Oh God, should I tell you what her thoughts, feelings, and opinions are going to be?
What?
Inappropriate comments about Diego.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I know Abby Lee Miller well enough to know that that's going to be her first response to it. Um, she won't have anything like insightful to say. I don't think she's a very smart woman. But the actual biggest news of the week is Gatsby, an American Myth by Florence Welch will receive a London workshop. Now, there have been rumblings for a while that it will be making its way across the pond to Florence Welch's homeland. But I didn't hear anything concrete until today, when it was announced that it will be having a workshop. Now, am I annoyed that it's a workshop and something not a show, like a full production that I can spend a lot of money on? Yes! But at least it's in the UK. And you know, maybe if I walk by the right building at the right time, I might be able to hear some of it. A girl can dream. A girl can fucking dream. And it's being directed by David Cromer. I am annoyed because there was a part of me that would have killed to see the Chavkin production because I do like Rachel Chavkin's work, believe it or not. But yeah, I'm just guys. I really want just a concept album because everyone, Sweaty Oracle, keeps talking about this score like it's the best thing they've ever heard, and no one is willing to provide evidence to why this score is the best thing they've ever heard.
I just want to know if it's actually good.
I just want to, like, you guys can't keep running around the internet saying it's amazing and then not provide any evidence. Either give me an MP3 or shut the fuck up. Anyway, next week we will actually do Greece. Do you have any last thoughts on anything I've said?
No.
Okay.
No thoughts at all.
No thoughts had empty. Cool. Um, Next week will actually be Greece. Um,
We promise.
Promise. This is kind of like La La Land.
We just kept saying we were going to do it, and
Mhm.
eventually we did, I promise.
Eventually, we got our asses up and we talked about La La Land. And what fun was that? You want to
That
talk
was
about your
great.
favorite movie musicals with Singing in the Rain,
Yes!
as seen on the episode of Zack and Cody. You know they had singing in the rain on the plane.
Did you watch it?
No, I watched Wicked instead.
Fuck.
I know, but I would probably spend the whole time laughing.
And not anything to do with the actual show.
No, nothing to do with actual singing in the rain. Like, I get weird looks. Dear Evan Hansen was also on there. And again, I could
Great,
not watch Dear Evan
great
Hansen.
musical.
I could not watch Dear Evan Hansen on the plane. Because again, I get weird looks for laughing. So yeah, anyway, next week, Greece. So we'll speak to you guys then. Follow us on social medias. Bye bye.
Bye.